Okay, first of all we have the oral cavity. This is the hard palate. This is the soft palate. This is the tongue. These are the papilla on the tongue. This is the lingual frenulum right here that connects the tongue to the lower part of the mandible. Here we have the epiglottis, this little flap, and then the hole in the trachea is called the glottis.
So the epiglottis is flat.
Yep. The gums are the gingiva, and the space between the cheeks and the gums is the vestibule. Okay, if we put his jaw back together, we can see the parotid salivary gland. We've got left and right. This is the parotid. This is the parotid salivary duct right here. These small glands are the submandibular salivary glands, left and right. Here we have the larynx. This is the hard part, the voice box here. On either side of that we have thyroid glands. And then this larger tube right here, like a shop vac hose, this is the trachea. And then this is the esophagus, the flattened tube underneath the trachea, the muscular tube. These are the lungs right here. This is the heart. This muscle is the diaphragm. And this little ligament right here is called the falciform ligament. This is liver. This is our left medial lobe, left lateral lobe. This is our right lateral lobe. You can see it's all connected.
I thought that was right.
Right medial lobe.
Yep.
And then right lateral lobe and caudate lobe right here. And then this is our gallbladder.
What was that one that you held out at first?
I don't know. This is our left hepatic duct right here.
Show me again.
Right there.
Okay.
Where they come together, we call it common hepatic duct. And then the duct going up to the gallbladder is called the cystic duct, right there. And then where they all meet and go to the duodenum, this is called the common bile duct. Okay. Now, here's our stomach. We've got a few different parts of the stomach where the esophagus comes into the stomach. Right here. If we draw an imaginary line across here, everything above this is the fundus of the stomach. This is the cardia of the stomach. This is the body of the stomach. This is the pylorus, or the pyloric region. This concave part of the stomach is the lesser curvature. This convex side is the greater curvature.
Wait, lesser is on this side?
Yep. This is our lesser omentum. This is our greater omentum. Now, if we open up the stomach, we can see our gastroesophageal sphincter right there. And then these little ridges are called rugae. And then we have our pyloric sphincter right there. Pyloric sphincter right there. Next, we have the first part of the small intestine, which is called the duodenum. On the concave side of the duodenum, you have the pancreas, which is right here. That's all pancreas right there. This is all jejunum, and then the last part of the small intestine, where it enters into the large intestine, this is called the ileum, right here. This is now the large intestine. You can see it right there. And where the ileum enters into the large intestine, we call that the ileocecal sphincter, which is right there. Now, this part of the large intestine is called the cecum. Now, if we arrange this back in place, this is the ascending colon, this is transverse colon, and this is descending colon.
So the small intestine's on top and the large intestine's underneath?
Well, in this view, yeah, but the large intestine is superior to the small. Okay, this is the urinary bladder right here, and this is the kidney, and then we have ureters that connect the two. This is going to drain urine from the kidney into the urinary bladder for storage. Now, if we look at the male reproductive system, we need to bring another cat over here. Okay, so this outer covering is called the scrotum. This is a testicle right here, which I've dissected out. And then this is the spermatic cord leading to the testicle. It contains the vas deferens, nerves, and blood vessels. I've opened up this little sheath right here to expose the penis, and the tip is called the glans of the penis. The epididymis is right here, this little tube that comes off the testicle. There's your epididymis. It curves and then becomes the vas deferens up here. That's your vas deferens up here. All right, now the female. Okay, here we have a female cat, and here we have the ovary, and the oviduct is this little tiny tube right here that's coming across the ovary. The oviduct then turns into uterine horn right here, which is part of the uterus. The uterine horn extends down to become the body of the uterus right here, which forms this V. But this whole thing is part of the uterus. And then that extends down to the vagina and the cervix, which I've split the vagina open here, and you can see the cervix in here somewhere. And if we take another look over here, if we pull up on this ovary very, very gently, you can see that this ligament right here is called the broad ligament. It connects the uterine horn and holds it up. Connecting the ovary itself is what we call the suspensory ligament, right
Where
there.
does that connect?
Connects to the ovary,
The ovary to what?
to the body wall.
Okay.
Okay?
Ovarian artery.
Yeah, there's your ovarian artery and vein right there.
Open the kidney on that one. You never. That one's not open. It's that one.
Oh, we need a. Go ahead.
Oh, what's that one right there?
That one's open too, I think.
Oh.
The other side.
Okay, if we look at the inside of the kidney here, first of all, this region of the kidney is the hilus. If we open this thing up, we can see we've got the renal pelvis, which is draining the kidney. This is the renal cortex and the renal medulla here.
The what?
The renal medulla. And then the renal pelvis. And then the renal pelvis basically drains into the ureter, which on this one is missing. Okay?
How do you tell the difference
Hilus?
between the ureter